slug in my mouth.
Afternoon folks, I'm currently sat in the churchyard at All Saints at Kirby Underdale on the edge. Well, I'm not sure I'm on the edge, I'm actually in the Yorkshire Wolds. I'm meeting up with Lee. We're doing a wild camp in the Yorkshire Wolds today. Fancy something a bit different, and it's mild today. It's about 17 degrees, really mild, nice, proper springy feel today. So as always, I've got here a bit early, so I'm just killing time waiting for Lee, and then we'll set off. I do find it hard to do these videos when I'm with somebody. I always feel a bit ignorant and feel like I should crack on a bit more and stuff. Anyway, Lee's gone on ahead a bit. We're currently crossing like muddy lanes and field paths, and there's only one sort of village en route, and that's Thixendale where we're going. And there's a pub there, and I think we're thinking about getting something to eat there. So it's a very different trip this, very relaxed, very leisurely, not a long walk, eating and drinking in style.
Be ash there.
It's going to be a very short video this at this rate. Lee's just on phone to his son Alf, so I'll do a bit of chat. We've kind of crossed the ridge of Wolds here. I'm on a lovely, nice, don't know if you can see that, nice dry track that's heading down to this, or from here, this nice little cottage in the woods. I'll film that when I get a bit near it. Looks like something from an Enid Blyton story. Like right, well, we are in this dry valley. Just really taking our time. Just had another sort of relax on the hillside. We're approaching Thixendale now, and hopefully, what time is it? Oh, hang on. 4:30. So pub opens at 5, so our timing should be spot on. Look at these here, Swedes, I think. Mangel wurzels, whatever they call them, been dumped for the sheep. Here's an interesting landscape feature of chalk and limestone, a dew pond. Looks quite an old one this, there's no sign of concrete or modern materials. So we're just walking through the village of Thixendale, and it is so quiet. We've been sat on that, oh, a red leg partridge, look at this. Anyway, sat on the hillside back there for at least half an hour, and looking across this lane. There's been one car in that time and a little quad bike. It really is like a pre-motor vehicle era around here. And I remember something else about Thixendale. I'm sure it was really late getting telly. Like, I don't know, 70s or even 80s. I can't remember the details. I'm sure I've read that somewhere. It used to have a youth hostel, but I don't think it does now.
to St Mary's Church, Thixendale, built in 1869 under the patronage of Sir Tatton Sykes of Sledmere. The majority of the windows were supplied by Clayton and Bell of London. This roof in the chancel is a wagon roof. The nave has a keel roof. Street would have been involved in the design of all the furnishings and fittings.
I'll be in a minute. So it's 7 o'clock and we've just left the pub. I've had 2.5 pints, Lee's had 3 pints, and we've just had fish and chips for tea. I'm feeling quite bloated now, but we need to get away from this village and get out onto more open country and find somewhere to put the tents. So we've found a nice quiet little spot in a lovely dry valley. Very, very still here. But around the corner, quite gusty. But one thing with it being still, there's insects, flying insects. I'm not saying they're biting midges, but they're slightly irritating. Well, it's nearly 8:25 and we're in the tents now, as you can see. It's going dark now. We've been here about an hour, but we had a bit of a walk up the side of the dry valley. We took a drink, can of beer each, and all of a sudden this bloody big agricultural vehicle festooned with really bright lights, like something out of Terminator, started shining towards us. I thought, oh Christ, we've been seeing our stealthy attempts fail, but I don't know, it's moved on anyway. Maybe the light was dim enough to so it missed us really. So touch wood, all's okay really. Well, it's 20 to 10. I'm feeling a bit more relaxed now. Since that bloody big lit up combine harvester came past, it was a little bit edgy being where we are. It's not like being up on moors, up in mountains, is it, like this? I kind of, without blowing my own trumpet in that, I kind of pride myself a little bit on knowing bird sounds, songs, calls and stuff like that. There's been this, maybe, I can hear it now, and I'm going to play this sound in a minute. And it's flying around, circling, and I don't know what it is. It sounds like a wading bird, but I don't recognise it, and I can't think of a wading bird that you would get in this habitat at this time of year. Another candidate, Jesus, is a little owl. They have a right, it's really disturbing. They have a right repertoire, different noises. Could be a little owl, but it's the way it's moving around in the sky. That's not little owl behaviour really. I'd imagine it being perched and making a weird noise. But I think when I get home, I think this will be easy to pin down. There's a lot of game birds shooting around here as well, but this is no game bird, I know. It's not a pheasant, not a partridge. I don't know. You're probably not hearing it now, but I've recorded it on... There's two. I've recorded it on the GoPro with the media mod. The media mod is really good at picking up bird song. So I will play it back to you. I'm completely stumped on this one. Well, we've nailed the mystery bird. The penny suddenly dropped. It's a barn owl, or barn owls. I suddenly thought, like, I've never heard, I've seen plenty of barn owls, but I've never heard them vocalise, if you like. But I know they have a bit of a screech about them, and the noise was a bit screechy. And the way they were flying around, like, in a hunting fashion. Anyway, Lee, I can't get any sort of signal at all, me. Anyway, Lee got the sound up on his phone, and yeah, and it's barn owl. It's a shame really, because I thought, oh, I'd like to see them. So I've been sat with tent door open for about half an hour. It's dark, but the clouds broke. It's quite starry in places. And although we heard the noise distantly, we didn't see any flybys near the tent this time. But who knows? Early morning, maybe tomorrow, if I wake up early enough, I'll have a look. What time are we on? 10:30 just turned. I think that's me done for tonight. I've not heard out from Lee for a bit. He's probably dropped off. So yeah, I'll try and get some kip too, and hopefully I'll get a reasonable night's sleep. Wake up bright and early, watch the dawn come, and maybe these owls will come back. Anyway, good night, and I'll speak to you in the morning. Good night. Slug in my mouth. There's a piece of nature art here at the junction of Wormdale and Thixendale. We're going to head up there. It's just turned 7:15 and we've not long left camp. We've like following a side dale now called Wormdale that takes us back onto the ridge that we crossed over yesterday, and then we'll drop down to, oh, what's it called? Kirby Underdale, where we've left the cars. A bit cooler and grey this morning, but might warm up again. Quite a disturbed night really. I didn't sleep well at all, and there were lots of owl noises and things. So yeah, I feel a bit weary this morning. Good path this, it's nice and graded. It is. Yeah. You wouldn't think that would be thermal, but it must be barely a mile now back to Kirby Underdale, and we're on this pretty pleasant, easy lane going back. It's been a very easy walk this morning, although, as I said earlier, I feel a bit ropey this morning, and I'm putting that down to a poor night's sleep. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this walk. I have a real soft spot for the Yorkshire Wolds. It's just something really, really different from the Pennines and the lakes. It's almost like a landscape down south that's been shoved further north. There's a real novelty for me. And I like the villages and old churches and stuff. And that campsite, you know, I was a bit wary about. See, like I think I said yesterday, it's easy up in hills, isn't it? Oh, something down here in field. Oh, it's a pheasant. It's easy up in hills, isn't it? You always get a pitch out that way and you're unlikely to be disturbed. But yeah, I was a little bit more on edge yesterday camping where we did, but we've just hardly seen a soul apart from them blokes in pub who Lee reckons eyed us with suspicion. I think they did as well. There was a little bit of like loose questioning, like, were you finishing up tonight, and where did you set off from yesterday, and I don't know, I felt we were being grilled a little bit. Anyway, right, so I'm gonna semi-farewells now. So thanks for watching, look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time.